Morgan Wallen is not canceled, and I'm gonna prove why. The left's new rule is you can't smile in pictures with conservatives, apparently. I'm sharing all the new podcasts that you need to know about and that I'm loving right now, and maybe the greatest comedy sketch roasting conservatives I've ever seen, because we can actually laugh at ourselves. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. I know the Morgan Wallen stuff happened a few days ago, but I didn't get to talk about it because I had an event out of town and we couldn't record a new episode for a few days. So here's my take. Morgan Wallen and I are the same age, 27. I'll be 28 later this month. At this point, at our age and in this culture climate, if you're using the N-word, whether you're drinking or not, you are beyond stupid.
How many times do I have to tell you?
I do think it's important to talk about some nuance in this situation too. First of all, do I think it's proof that the country is as racist as the left says because his sales have skyrocketed and he's dominating streaming charts since the scandal? No, I don't. I think the majority of people are just curious and want to listen to his stuff because his name is all over the news. And then I think they're falling in love with his music because he's a damn good artist.
I'ma need some whiskey glasses.
Second of all, he didn't say the N-word to a black person. He said it to his white friend joking around. Now, does that mean that it's okay to say? No. Is that important context to the situation? Yeah, I think it is.
I love you more than a California sunset.
Morgan Wallen is one of country music's biggest rising stars right now. He's insanely talented and people are obsessed with his music. He's also done a bunch of stupid stuff lately and he keeps getting in trouble. So I hope this is a huge wake-up call for him. And I also think people are so sick of cancel culture that they want to see him come out of this alive out of spite.
Tonight we're gonna raise a whole lot more than Cain.
I don't think he's actually canceled. Let me give you a little pop culture history debrief to explain. In 2001, Jennifer Lopez, who is Latina and not black, sang the N-word in a remix to her song I'm Real with Ja Rule.
Hard loving, straight thugging.
At the time, social media didn't exist, but she did get in a lot of trouble with fans and apologized. In case you forgot, she just sang at the Super Bowl halftime show last year and the freaking inauguration for a liberal president, so clearly people got over it. In 2009, Chris Brown beat the literal crap out of Rihanna when they were on their way to the Grammys. He was convicted of felony assault. He lost brand deals, a tour, and wasn't even allowed into the UK for a while, but has since been back in the public eye for years and even has a single out right now with G-Eazy. Bill Maher said the N-word on his HBO show. Still has that show on HBO.
I'm a house.
Nick Cannon said on his podcast last year that the Jews were responsible for the majority of wickedness that goes on across the globe. As a result, he lost his job with Viacom hosting Wild 'N Out on MTV. However, he apologized, and while all this Morgan Wallen stuff has been going on, he actually got his job with Viacom back.
Yeah, I'm the man.
All I'm saying is, I think Morgan is in a really bad spot temporarily, but he's gonna be fine. The left is obsessed with this story because they think this is a great narrative for them. Look, all the country music is conservative and racist. But the reality is, most of country music is liberal and woke. It's just as progressive as pop music because country music basically is pop music. At the same time Morgan's story came out, another huge country artist, TJ Osborne, came out as gay. The old stereotype of what country music is and represents is tired. If we're canceling Morgan, let's do it because he has a mullet and wears sleeveless vest shirts.
Love you more than my hometown. Love you more than my hometown.
Another thing I want to circle back to, no, don't do it, Abigail. I knew you'd do it. I gotta play you this moment where CNN's Van Jones is on The View and Ana Navarro freaks out on him because he took a picture with Candace Owens and was smiling.
But you did things like take smiling pictures with Candace Owens, who I think is very hurtful. Okay, do you not regret that? Do you not see that you're giving her legitimacy? You don't regret taking pictures, smiling pictures with Candace Owens? I mean, how does that help the issue?
And
you're going to have to take it outside. Thanks to Van Jones, the reunited states will be streaming and on demand starting February 9th. For more information on the documentary and for resources on how to foster these conversations in your own community, you can visit our website. Van, take a nap. We'll be right back.
Laws are more important than people.
The picture Anna is talking about, by the way, was taken at a bipartisan event for prison reform. But no smiling around conservatives allowed. Stop smiling. Stop. Love how they cut him off before he can even respond. That's the left's move. They love doing it to Trump, too. Remember Savannah Guthrie? Ask a conservative a question, and then when they start to answer, cut them off and talk over them so you can tell the audience that they didn't answer or have a response.
You cannot talk.
Paris Hilton is launching a new podcast February 22nd, the day before my birthday, produced by iHeartRadio called This Is Paris. But I'm not sure I want to listen unless the first episode features the ghost of Tinkerbell. That dog was a savage, and she didn't give a rip, and I bet she's got some freaking tea to spill.
Tinkerbell, who do you think should go home? Really? Are you sure? Okay. She's made her decision.
Silver Fox Mike Pence is also releasing a podcast for the youths with the Young America's Foundation. But can I just tell you something? I don't need another conservative podcast. I don't. I have too many to listen to. You know what I'd like from Mike Pence? A relationship podcast. Hear me out. He would never do it, but him and Karen dishing out relationship advice to young people, it's brilliant. I don't care who you are. Hire me, I'll produce it.
It doesn't help to take that vote because I'm not going to get the vote of the Senate. I need 10 senators. That's it. I have the White House. The White House is done.
By the way, the podcast I'm obsessed with right now are comedian Tim Dillon, the Equal Rights Institute podcast, which is all about how to be a more effective pro-life activist and debate abortion, and The Apology Line, which is a true story about a phone line in the 80s where people could call and leave an anonymous message apologizing for whatever they wanted without legal repercussions.
I'm sorry, it's too late to apologize for it, but I broke in. I embezzled $400,000. I killed a man.
We killed him, but we didn't mean to.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to kill you.
Before I get into Hot Take Tuesday, which is fantastic today, by the way, tap the heart button on the screen to support POPlitics. Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley are engaged now, I guess, which is just whatever to me. I can't stand her, I can't stand him, and mostly because when I look at him, all I see is Archibald asparagus.
This is so wrong.
Dogecoin is the latest cryptocurrency that's soaring because Elon Musk keeps tweeting about it. More importantly, though, is it Doge or Doge? I say Doge like Vogue, and that's what I prefer. Also, props to this kid who's like 10 and has 20,000 subscribers on YouTube just for being a meme expert. College is a scam. Okay, the last thing is, I found this video randomly on Twitter by comedian Jeremy Levick spoofing conservative debates on college campuses, and I was literally crying. I don't know how I haven't seen this before, but I know this is going to be a new CUTEservative classic.
Time for a couple of questions.
Hi.
Hi.
So you argue in the book, Mr. Mouse Goes on an Adventure, that Mr. Mouse is a little bit better than the other animals in the Big Happy Barn because Mr. Mouse is kind and unique.
Stop. I never argue that Mr. Mouse is better than the other animals in the Happy Barn.
I mean, you say at the beginning, like, he's better at sharing.
Better at sharing his toys.
Okay. Well, I guess, like, isn't Mr. Mouse just a symbol for how every little boy and little girl can be, like, special?
You're asking a couple things, right? Let's break that down. I never make a value judgment about Mr. Mouse. I don't praise Mr. Mouse for winning the bake-off with a cake so yummy everyone cried. I don't praise Mr. Mouse for jumping to the moon, right? I just say he did these things. I say he did give Mayor Mimi a big hug.
But I mean, like, you would still say he's a special mouse, right?
No, I define special mouse. Really, define special mouse.
You want me to define special mouse? You don't know
define
what a special mouse is?
I don't know what a special mouse is.
Your mouse that's like loyal and like kind,
loyal.
nice to you.
Okay, so all it takes to be a special mouse is loyalty. Someone should tell that to Mama Mouse, right?
You don't think that every little mousy boy and mousy girl has a little special something inside of them that like
shines brighter than the sun?
And like all you have to do
all
is
it takes is to believe in yourself. Yeah, I've heard this argument
before. But you would say he's the cutest mouse, maybe?
Oh no! Tell me what I argue about Mr. Mouse.
I think he said like he has
big boy courage that the other mousies don't have. Tell me what happens at the Jamboree.
Yeah, I mean, at the Jamboree, Mr. Mouse saves the day. Yeah, I know.
And how does he do that?
He does a little funny jump on the bouncy castle.
And who laughs?
Everyone.
The whole town.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the great big mouse race?
I'd like to think so. I teach a class on it at Yale.
When you opened the book up and you saw Mr. Mouse pop up out of there and give you a little kissy,
when I see Mr. Mouse in the pop-up book, it's fun, and of course it made me giggle. I giggled all day. It was awesome. That's neither here nor there. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to recommend a book to you. Have you read Charlotte's Web?
No, I haven't.
Read it, and I want to discuss it with you.
All right.
Really, I do.
All right.
I'll give you my email address. All right, give it up for this guy. He's brave. He's almost as brave as Mr. Spider. No, thank you.
Not much to say after that except literal masterpiece. Art. Thank you, and define special mouse. If you haven't already, like this episode, comment, share, follow, save, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Buy us a billboard. Shave our logo into your back hair. Donate at tpusa.com/donate in honor of POPlitics. Do whatever you have to do, baby boo, or poop might come for you. No promises. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservative. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.